Are you excited for the new live action Aladdin? We're excited. We're seeing it tonight and we're going to tell you all about it.
It's a whole new film. Or is it?
Hey guys, it's Cara and Mark from Wondervault, where we unlock the geek universe and share our insider tips, reviews and collectibles. Today, we are going to see the new live action Aladdin. We've just got home from work. It comes out tonight at 6:30 and we're going to go and see it. What do you reckon? What are we expecting?
Well, to be honest, I'm kind of expecting it to be very, very similar to the animated movie that was released in 1994, I think it was. I could be wrong.
Yeah, so if you've seen the other live action Disney movies over the last few years, they have been very, very, very similar to the original animated movie. I think Beauty and the Beast is an excellent example where it was so similar, it was like beat for beat similar, and then all of a sudden there was a new song. And then it was beat for beat similar, and then all of a sudden there was a new song. And there are pros and cons of that approach, but I am expecting it to be pretty much that, so that if you're a massive Disney fan like me and you can hear the original soundtrack in your head, you're going to be hearing that again with a few things that are slightly off, which can be a little bit jarring. So what are your thoughts about Will Smith as Genie?
Well, as talented as I think Will Smith is, and I'm a big fan of Will Smith and what he's done on his previous movies, but unfortunately I really don't think his portrayal, I hope he proves me wrong, but I really don't think his portrayal of the Genie is going to be even close to what Robin Williams did with the original animation.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people agree. I mean, when you look at the forums and the sort of feedback that's come out when the trailer first appeared, people weren't thrilled about the choice of Will Smith, and I really genuinely hope that they prove me wrong and that Will Smith is incredible and amazing. But who could ever compare to Robin Williams? And I think especially if they're going to keep beat for beat like the movie, like they did with Beauty and the Beast, those differences are going to be really jarring again. Like in Beauty and the Beast, there's a few moments where Emma Watson, bless her soul, doesn't hit the note that the original Belle did, and you're like, what's up, Belle? What are you doing? So I'm a bit nervous that that might happen again, but I am expecting some new songs like they did for the other live actions. I'm expecting some beautiful costumes. We've already seen some pictures of new outfits for Jasmine, and I love a new outfit. So I think they'll add some new things.
Yeah, they will definitely. I mean, they've got to. They've got to add some new things.
Let's go and see the movie and we'll tell you what we think. See you in a minute.
Bye.
Okay, so we're back. It's actually the next day because by the time we got back from the movie and put the kids to bed, the pets to bed and all of that, it was too late. So it is now Thursday night. We went to a special advanced screening thing, and at the beginning of the movie had like a thing saying all reviews are embargoed until midnight tonight. So that was last night. So now we can tell you about it. So I know the first thing you're going to want to know is, how was Will Smith? What did you think?
I was pleasantly surprised. I thought he did a pretty good job. I mean, he is trying to be Robin Williams, essentially. He was really trying hard to make that character as lovable as it was in the animated movie. But he did put his own spin, like I thought he would, and I thought he did really well. I thought he brought a good energy to the role.
So as I said earlier, I was really nervous about it being too close, sort of beat for beat close. And I thought that it actually wasn't too similar. Obviously the songs are the same, but they had a lot of different dialogue, which I really enjoyed. And I agree that I was pleasantly surprised by the Genie. I actually really enjoyed his portrayal. And I didn't think he was copying Robin Williams at all. I felt that it was like Will Smith's version of it. liked a couple of scenes where he had his Will Smith swagger. So there's a scene where Ali has come in, he's now Prince Ali, and he's presenting all these gifts to Jasmine, and he's being super, super awkward, and Genie is like, I am so embarrassed of you right now. And that was, you know, could very easily have been Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So I thought he was really fantastic. I thought the CGI was a little bit strange when he was blue. His head kind of didn't match his body. But the way they did his spinning was really cool, and all the other stuff was really good. So I definitely give Will Smith as Genie 2 thumbs up. And I thought I was going to give it 2 thumbs down. So that was really pleasantly surprising.
Yeah, I thought he did a really good job in the end. Yeah, he made it a lot of fun, and I was actually really happy with the outcome.
Yeah, and what was also really cool was they added one new character, which is a love interest for the Genie. So that was really cute as well, to sort of see him play that, you know, nervous date kind of thing. So that was really cool, a nice addition as well.
Especially seeing as he hadn't been on a date for quite some time. It'd been like 10,000 years.
Yes.
And he did the Will Smith thing. He got the girl in the end.
He
did. Yeah, it was. That's not really a spoiler. He was always going to get the girl at the end.
Yes, and you kind of know that they start off the first scene a little bit differently to how it was in the animation, and I thought that was a good addition. I think all the additions that they made were like embroideries over the existing foundation, and I thought they were all really good additions. What I really loved was they added some embroidery to Jasmine's character. Now, I'm actually not a huge fan of original Jasmine. I find her a little bit bratty, and I totally apologise to the Jasmine fans of the world. But this Jasmine, I actually really liked. She wants to be a good queen, and she wants to have her voice heard. And the only new song in the movie is actually a Jasmine song, and a really sort of powerful Jasmine song. And I have a friend who will say, why does every character have to be inspirational? But this time I felt like she actually did become an inspirational princess. So I thought that was fantastic. I loved it. Naomi Scott is beautiful, and her costumes were beautiful, and she's a beautiful singer as well. She was certainly the strongest singer of the piece. So yeah, I loved what they did with Jasmine.
Yeah, very, very good, very excellent, enhancing the character of Jasmine, like you said, and I really was happy with the way that they were able to portray her in this film as more of a strong woman figure.
Yeah.
For little girls especially to look up to in a film.
Yeah, she was good. I thought Aladdin was handsome and likeable. He did some cool dancing. I thought, what did you think about Jafar?
See, Jafar, that's a difficult character to portray in a live action, I think. I mean, the guy that they had to play the character, I'm sorry, I forget his name, but he did the best he could. But I felt like Jafar wasn't evil enough. I kind of felt like they could have done a little bit more with him throughout the movie. I mean, they did really well with him at the end, but throughout the build up of the film, I thought they could have really sort of shown his connivingness, his evil.
Right.
That's my opinion, though.
That's interesting, because I actually really also liked what they did with Jafar. I liked that they made him more real. So they give him, again, some embroidery, and give him sort of a backstory around why he's not comfortable just being the vizier. He's got this like superiority complex, and he was a street rat and a background of being a sort of common thief, and now he's the vizier because he's done these nasty things. So I thought that was really made it real for me, that like, oh, that's why he's kind of a bit loopy. So yeah, but they could have taken it further. I do agree, they could have taken it further with the kind of aspect. There was no giant snake, but there was a giant Iago for a few moments.
Let's explain that a little. Iago is chasing Aladdin and Abu on the magic carpet, and Jafar, being the almighty sorcerer that he is now become because of Genie, then sort of somehow mind transfers to Iago and makes Iago this giant parrot.
Yeah, but it was cool. It was kind of like a magic carpet car chase. I thought that was pretty good. That was a nice addition.
Little tip though, if you've got small children, this is a scene that will scare the pants off them.
Yes, with it being Aladdin, we took our 4-year-old with us because she loves Aladdin, and she was actually quite scared. There was a few times in the movie where she just wanted to leave. So obviously we took her out and let her, calm down a bit, and then brought her back in. So I was surprised that it was scary.
Yeah, it was a mistake on our part to take our little 4-year-old girl.
Hashtag bad parenting.
Yeah, bad parenting. Should have done that. But anyway,
you got to commit.
If you
commit to Disney.
if you have young children between the ages of 3 and 5, I'd say, because we weren't the only ones, thankfully. Never said we'd be those kind of people, but we are. But yeah, if you've got children that are between the ages of 3 and 5, this may be a movie you might want to wait till it's on either a streaming service or on a Blu-ray movie. That way that you can have the lights on, you can have the volume down a bit lower, and that you can pause the scary bits. Yeah,
because it wasn't super scary. I mean, it's PG, but it was very loud. I think that's a key point. Very, very loud. And so the part in the Cave of Wonders with the lava, that was really scary. And the part with the giant parrot was quite scary. And she was genuinely scared of Jafar.
Yeah.
So yeah, hashtag bad parenting. But apart from that, it was really beautifully done. I'm a big lover of colours and production design and costumes, and the costumes were beautiful. Wherever Jasmine went, she had this sort of tinkly sound because of all the coins embroidered on her dress. And my mum's a belly dancer, so I know what those coins sound like. And that was it was really nice to be able to hear that jingly of her moving around. I liked that.
All right, so now I'd like to talk about the director of the film, Guy Ritchie. I mean, he has done some pretty good movies that I really enjoyed, like Sherlock Holmes. What did you think?
Like I said, I love bright colours, so I loved all the bright colours and the action scenes, but I felt like some moments, it kind of felt like we were watching the stage show. The way, like, it had sort of some big sort of Bollywood dance numbers, and the way the camera moved through the scene gave me a feeling of those like really old movies where they're filming the musical on the stage. Which is not bad. Like, I love a musical, and Aladdin, the Broadway musical, has done incredibly well. So to try and pick up on some of those elements is smart, if nothing else.
Yeah.
I mean, and I suppose in terms of that, just to be totally brutally honest, the first half an hour of the movie was kind of lame. It was a bit rushed. The acting was quite awkward. It did kind of feel like you were watching like a play at your local high school kind of thing. Like, the set design was incredible.
Oh, that's harsh.
But only for the first half an hour. So I remember sort of being a bit like, oh dear, is this going to be a bomb? But then it got going. And I suppose once you get to that moment with Genie, then it was full tilt ahead. Like the Friend Like Me and Prince Ali and those musical numbers were really great. Lots of colours, lots of fun, lots of beautifulness. But that first half an hour where it was just kind of meh.
Yeah, so basically what I'm hearing from you is that Will Smith made the movie.
Yeah, but Genie made the last movie as well, so that's not...
True, I agree. The first half was very clunky. It was very... It kind of felt amateurish, but I think that might have been because the actors was just sort of getting warmed up. Maybe those were the first few scenes they filmed in the production.
And it seems weird, but like in an animated movie, if you meet the girl of your dreams and you fall in love in the first moment, it seems less... that seems believable, but when you're seeing human beings looking at each other going, I've just met you and I love you, it's weird.
Kind of creepy. Stalker.
So I think that was probably part of it as well, to be like, oh, hello, now I love you, was a bit weird. And that's not their fault. That's the story, and you're trying to get as quick as you can to the genie. So that is probably my main criticism in terms of that first act. If you're watching it on the Disney streaming service or something else, keep going, push through it. It gets much better. I think it's certainly worth seeing. Definitely go and see it. Genie is definitely not as bad as everyone's been worried about. He was good. His singing was cool.
Yeah, a really good singing voice. Surprised at some of his singing, actually. I thought he did really well. I was expecting more hip-hop, more sort of Will Smith's style of music, but he actually brought something else. I actually quite enjoyed this musical style that he did.
All right, so those are our thoughts. So basically, go and see it. Grab your tickets, grab your kid, grab your dog, go and see it. It was really good. You're going to really enjoy it.
Yeah. Push through that first half an hour. It's worth it in the end.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend it. You've heard it from here first, hopefully. And if you liked watching us discuss this film, please like and subscribe.
And hit the bell.
And hit the bell. And give us a comment down below and let us know what you thought when you went and saw it.
So that's it. So until next time, we'll be here on Wondervault. Thank you. Bye.
See ya.